Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this week's installment of Will I Buy It, the weekly series on my channel in which I sit down with you guys and we talk about the newest makeup releases on the market and whether or not we want them and why. This video series is inspired by Samantha March's series of the same name. I absolutely adore her, I love her videos, and she comes up with great ideas all the time, and this is just one of her great video ideas in my personal opinion. And I'll put her channel down below if you guys are interested in checking her out, and if you have not done so already. This is the first launch that I want to talk about. This is from the indie brand Moira Cosmetics. These are called the Dream Series palettes, and they are available for $17 each. I tell you guys all the time that I absolutely love a colorful color story, but more than that, I like colorful palettes with a little bit of a theme to them. I don't like seeing just rainbow palettes all the time. I feel like that gets really boring really fast, honestly, and I would rather see something that has a little bit more of a theme or a little bit more of a story to it. This, in my mind, is a selection of rainbow palettes that I actually do kind of like, because you look at each one of these palettes and I feel like there is a sort of theme, albeit a loose one, for each one of these palettes, and I really do appreciate that. Obviously, the one that's a little bit like more plummy, sort of neutral one, it has its own theme, and then the one to the far right looks kind of like neon and a little bit more tropical inspired. That one and the one right to the left of it, those color stories I actually do really like. Quite frankly, I like the color stories for pretty much all of these palettes. They do look quite interesting. I mean, you guys know that I'm not going to be buying these palettes because I am on my no buy. So, like, this entire video is basically going to be me just talking about what I would like to hypothetically buy or not, but I do feel that if I wasn't on my no buy, I would be interested in getting at least one of these palettes. So this is actually a launch that I did want to speak about in last week's video, but I lost the footage for that clip, so I wasn't able to talk about it. But this is the new pizza collection from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. Now, Glaminatrix, I feel like they have really proven themselves to be a brand that releases collections that seem to be quite unique and interesting, and I really do respect them for that. There are two kinds. They have the Veggie Lover eyeshadow palette, which is basically going to be like a selection of green tones, which I kind of do like. I really do like that color story a lot. And then the color story next to that is called the Meat Lovers palette, and that palette has obviously like very salmon-y, very just like red kind of inspired colors in that palette as well. And the lip color is a liquid lipstick in the shade Pepperoni Red. Now, I really do like this collection and it does make me want pizza, but regardless, I really do like this collection a lot. And I will say that if I was not on my no buy, I would like to get this collection. I originally was looking at this and I was like, I really like the cool tone colors. I really like the green one. If I had to choose one palette, I'd probably get the green one. But now that I'm looking at this, and by the way, these eyeshadow palettes are going to be $22 each. Now that I'm looking at this, I kind of really do want both of them because I just like the color story of both of these palettes so darn much. We do have a new launch from Halo Beauty. This is going to be the His and Her Daily Multi-Body and Brain Booster. And this is, according to Trend Mood, expertly designed for both men and women. Our His and Her Daily Multivitamin is your complete body and brain care package. A multifaceted multivitamin that supports your mental acuity, eye health, bone health, heart health, and more. You can use this with the hair, skin, and nails booster, and you can also use this with the kiwi seed booster. Now, here's my thing. I'm not necessarily an expert when it comes to vitamins, when it comes to ingredients, when it comes to anything like skin, hair, nails related. I'm definitely not someone that's very good at chemistry. I can't tell you and I cannot give you a good opinion on any of that stuff. But whenever I see Halo Beauty, I used to be completely uninterested in it. And I used to be like, okay, this is not for me, not interested, not I really don't want it. But now I feel like Halo Beauty has been around for a long enough period of time for everybody to really express their opinions on it. And a whole bunch of people that I have seen online do say that they really like Halo and they really use a lot of their products. So, I mean, I personally, I don't know if I'll try this one, but I feel like it would be interesting to try out the Kiwi Seed Booster. Not anywhere near in the future at all. Like, I don't think I'll be buying the Kiwi Booster anytime soon because, let's just face it, I have absolutely no interest or money to spend on anything Halo because it is what, like, you're paying like $30 for one of those bottles at a minimum. So I don't have the money for that right now. And I feel like it would be an interesting thing to try, like, say, in a year or so. I have no idea. Why am I going on this rant? I don't know. Like, I have no idea whether or not Halo Beauty is something that actually works. Is it? I have no idea. This brand called Kaor is coming out with a highlighter palette, a mirror, and a brush. Now, I first featured this brand on my channel when they came out with that eyeshadow palette that also was in the shape of a K, and I don't think I had any idea of what the brand was or who founded it, and I still don't. I mean, I don't really know much about the founder, but I have since done a little bit of research, and I did find out that this brand is owned by Kaor. I don't know how to pronounce her name too well, but she is married to an athlete. I don't know. I don't know sports. Don't play them, don't watch them, don't know them. But she's married to this athlete, but I'm far more interested in the fact that her fashion sense and her makeup style is like not my style, but really close. Like, I feel that her sense of like makeup style is so cool and so interesting that it kind of causes me to look at her makeup line with a newfound interest. I don't necessarily find myself like wowed by this launch, but this brand, I mean, I might just buy something from them because this is, I feel like, a brand that I want to keep an eye on. BH Cosmetics is launching something called the Stellar Collection, which is going to include a new eyeshadow palette with baked eyeshadows and a mascara. Now, here's my opinion on baked formulas in general. I just don't like them. I don't like them at all. I don't necessarily see the point of them. Maybe it's my lack of knowledge in that like certain area of makeup formulation, but I just don't really like baked formulas. And I have tried BH Cosmetics baked eyeshadows and I did not like them. This in general, like, this is a pass. The color story is nice, it's interesting. I like the cool version of the palettes a lot better, I do admit. But it's just that, like, I don't really find myself, like, really interested in this. The only thing in this palette that really just intrigues me is that, like, big pan of pink right in the center. I like that. But everything else, not so much. BH Cosmetics is also collaborating with Tina Young, and they're coming out with a summer palette that is going to be running for $24. It's going to include 12 eyeshadows, 2 highlighters, and 4 blushes, and one of those can be used as a bronzer. I'm actually a little bit more interested in blushes than I used to be. I think that I prefer, at the moment, really like bronzy looking blushes, really like shimmery kind of blushes. Like, those are like what I'm looking at right now. I'm kind of experimenting. But this is like an interesting eyeshadow palette. Like, I like how they are including a lot of like colors in here. They're including several yellows. I like how they're including like that line of purples. I feel like this is an interesting palette. Again, the formula, I don't know what it's gonna be. I have no idea. But I feel like this is like an interesting launch. I would not be interested in this because of the inclusion of the face products. I don't need any more face products. I just don't. But the eyeshadow palette in and of itself, I actually really do like. However, everything else is just like dead weight. So I feel like I wouldn't actually get this because I know I would not be using the blushes or the highlighters, but the eyeshadows, kind of like those. I really do like those. Glossier is launching a brow detailing pen for natural, fluffy looking brows, and they're going to be including 3 shades: blonde, brown, and black. Now, they actually don't have like an official launch, they've only done a sneak peek, but I can definitely already say I like this idea a lot, and I feel like Glossier is a brand that they come out with like really interesting products. They're definitely hitting a niche part of the makeup market that not a lot of other brands are doing, which is interesting. I can't say that I am quite like intrigued by anything that they launch because I feel like their style is very no makeup, and I feel that for me, as somebody that like when I do want to wear makeup, I do tend to want to go kind of all out. Their brand style doesn't necessarily mesh with what I want to do with my face. But I feel like this is an interesting kind of product because I do like that feathery brow look. I feel like this would create an effect that I do approve of. However, am I interested in new brow products right now? Definitely not. I'm fine with using eyeshadow for my brows. I just am. That's what I did today. That's what I do all the time. That's what I'm comfortable with, and that's what I'm doing. And I do not necessarily need any brow products to achieve that effect that I can just as easily achieve with eyeshadow. The change in lighting in this video is absolutely driving me insane. So sorry about it. I know it sucks. But this next launch is from Violet Voss. This is called the I Donut Care Fun-Sized Eyeshadow Palette. And I like this color story. It's interesting. I don't like the browns, but there are only 3 browns in this palette. And yes, I know it's not a majority of neutrals, but I like this launch. I don't love it, you know? There are a few shades in here that I really do like. I like that blue. I like a lot of the pinks. I like that turquoise. This is not calling my name in ecstasy, you know? This is just being like, hey, Anya. Not like, Anya! You know what I mean? I don't even know. But see, here's the thing. Not necessarily too interested in this. I'm like, sort of interested, but not really. Definitely not wanting it. I just don't. It is $18, which I think is a pretty fair price, but do I want it? No. So the brand Elijah Storm Cosmetics, another indie brand, they're basically launching this palette right here, and each and every single shade is inspired by like a beauty guru. There's Jackie Aina, there's Gabriel Zamora, there's Nikki Tutorials, there are a few drama channels in here, I believe, and I feel like this is just like, this is a funny palette. I don't like the colors. I mean, no, that's a lie. I literally just lost my brain cells. I do like this color story. I like how there's a majority of colorful shades in here. But do I want to get this palette? Well, I mean, I'm on my no buy, so I can't. But I feel like if I was not on my no buy, I actually would, because this color story is interesting. I mean, there are several warm tone shades in here. It's not just a rainbow palette. There are a few gradients in here. I really do like that a lot. And it is available now for $17.95. So yeah, I really do like this. I kind of do enjoy it. And why am I so bright? I literally hate the lighting in this video so much. You would not even believe it's such a headache. But this is a palette that I kind of do like. I really do like it. I mean, it's a funny palette, and then again, it is like a colorful palette, so there's that. This next product is called the Milkshake Lip Gloss, and it's from the brand Glamlight. I mentioned their pizza palette earlier in this video, if you're keeping up, but this is a gloss that I actually really do like. It's a very frosty kind of gloss. The lip swatch looks very shimmery, very glossy, very frosty looking, and very pink. I like it a lot. I feel like this is a really fun, slightly more unique looking gloss, and I really kind of want it. So yes, it is available for $12. Did I say that already? I'm not sure, but it is available for $12. Kind of mid-range in my opinion, but yes, I do want this gloss. However, can I buy it? No, I'm on a no buy. But the gloss does look beautiful. That is pretty much where I want to end this video right here. Those are all the brands that I wanted to mention. I hope you guys found this video interesting, informative, enjoyable, entertaining. I feel like this week was pretty good. Like, I mean, I didn't necessarily like a lot of things, but I feel like, more things than I usually do. And I feel like almost all of the things that I did like came from indie brands, which is very telling because these days, most of the time, whenever I do like something, it comes from an indie brand. So that just tells you about where my preferences are. But nevertheless, thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I do hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys.